Welcome to another fantastic episode of Small Business Celebration Meat and Potatoes Live. Yes, this show is live. It's where we do a deep dive into one particular subject with our business owner guest. And Visioneers, if you've got questions, you've got thoughts, something that you would like to ask our guest, myself, or producer Emily, go ahead and go in the chat section and leave your question, your thought, your inspiration, your motivation, or what the square root of 400,622 is. We'd love to hear you, but we can't do this without our presenting sponsor and our location sponsor now. At Oliver & Associates Real Estate, we know that buying or selling a home isn't just a transaction, it's a life moment. That's why they're committed to building relationships that last. They take the time to truly understand your needs, your dreams, your stories, so they can find you not just a house, but a home. Give Oliver & Associates a call at 661-808-3444 or check them out at yourrealtor.us today. Today's Meat and Potatoes Live episode location is brought to you by Modern Gigi Gallery, an ultra-modern art gallery located in downtown Bakersfield, California, featuring the artworks of the modern abstract artist Johnny Ramos. Whether you're looking for artwork for your office, your home, or a postcard that you can send as a thank you note, go to Modern Gigi Gallery, located at 900 18th Street in Bakersfield, or give them a call at 661-840-8729, or email them at art@moderngigi.com today. Welcome back to Small Business Celebration Meat and Potatoes Live. Now, if you've got a question, you've got a thought, go ahead and let us know. But also remember to like and subscribe our channel here, Small Business Celebration. Also hit that notify button so you can find out the latest of the new episodes that we have that drop every Saturday at midnight, as well as here at 5 on Mondays. Now, our guest this week is Lauralea Blake, the owner of Montana Sky Boutique and Gift Store. Welcome to Small Business Celebration.
Thank you for having me.
And for Visioneers who don't know who you are you and what is it that you do?
Hi, my name is Lauralea Blake and I'm the owner of Montana Sky, a unique boutique and gift store downtown Bakersfield.
Now, Visioneers, many of you are in the retail business, in the retail world, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that prices of everything have been going up and up and up and up, including rent. And the question is this is an expense that you got to pay every month, whether you like to or not. How do you mitigate that expense? How do you help defray that cost so that you can invest that money into other and sometimes more important things? Well, our guest this week is doing that. She's got a lot of products and services that she offers in her business, but she also consigns to vendors.
I do. I have 4 spots for vendors in the store,
now,
artisans.
And for Visioneers who aren't familiar, what kind of a retail store do you operate?
I have a boutique and gift store. So I've got clothing for everyone, men, women, children, from sizes small to 3X. And then I also have gifts for all your unique gift giving, such as grief or faith-based or just because birthdays, graduations, you name it, we've got it.
If Visioneers, if you've been following our Instagram page, last week we did an Instagram shoot at your store.
You guys popped in.
And what was it, some of the things that we showed there when we did that live with you?
I believe, if I remember right, we showcased the Grandpa Farm books. Right. Which is a series of 4 books at this time. And then you guys put on some sunglasses, and I think you showed some jewelry and some clothing and stuff. So you guys just kind of made your rounds to the store. And
what holiday is coming up with the gifts that we were showcasing?
Yes, Mother's Day. Mother's Day is coming.
And what are some of the things that you have for that dear old mom of ours?
We've got unique jewelry to Montana Sky, stuff that only, or brands that only Montana Sky carries, such as Mariana from Israel. We've got the Silverado, which is actually based out of San Francisco. We've got journals, we've got devotionals, we've got gift boxes that specifically say mother or grandmother or nana. And yeah, it's just a little of this and a little of that, really.
And you've got 4 vendors.
We do. We've got BMC.
And what do they do?
Okay, so BMC, she is our flow artist, and so she's got her artwork in there. And she's got like breadboards, coasters, that kind of thing. Okay. And does she hand make everything herself? She's all hands-on.
Wow.
She's all hands-on. And it's beautiful and it's unique. And her color combinations is just amazing. And you can custom order with her as well. I've done several pieces with her for the walls at home and then also for gift giving, such as breadboards.
So what is one of the most unique gifts that she has made for one of her customers that's come into your store?
I think it's the breadboards.
Really?
Yeah, they're just beautiful. They're just absolutely beautiful.
How so?
They're one of a kind, locally made.
Right.
I call it functional art. So it's beautiful. So you can hang it on the wall, or you can serve your meats and cheeses on it.
Really?
Or your bread. It's beautiful. Get one of those. Have one of those done. Like I said, we have some in the store that's pre-made, or you can do a custom order, and then a bottle of wine and a gift card to Sprouts or whatever. That's a perfect gift.
Can she put the gift recipient's name and carve it into the board, or can she do something along those lines?
I don't know if she can, but we do have another artisan in the store that can.
And tell me about this one.
So this is Tori with Fresh Take Designs, and she does jewelry like faux leather, earrings, wood earrings, laser cut, and then she also does whatever you need engraved. So she can do like your business plaques, keychains, baby announcements on wood. It's
all out of leather?
She does her jewelry out of leather, but the other stuff is all wood. So like if you wanted like, let me see, if you brought in a board from outside the store, and you needed a name put on it, she could do that for you.
Nice. Now you also have another vendor, if memory serves. She does all kinds. What other art does she do?
Okay, so we've got BMC, we've got Tori with Fresh Take, and then we've got Christian with Alexander Design. That's jewelry.
That's what I was thinking.
Jewelry.
Okay, and describe that describe that jewelry that she makes.
So Christian is really into rocks and stones. He belongs to the rock club here in town.
Okay.
Not to disrespect, I don't know the name of it.
He's a geologist.
I guess.
Well, at least a mineralogist.
He's a hard worker, and he's very artistic. And
Right.
so he can take the crystals and the rocks, and he can make them into rings. He can do custom pieces. He does earrings. He does beautiful chains.
Right.
He also does these little flower rings. And then his one design, which does really well for him, is a necklace, and it's made out of a guitar pick.
Really?
So yeah.
And your fourth vendor?
Is Gerald with House of Skyline. He is the artistic director behind that, and those are that's women's clothing.
Really?
And he carries small to, I believe, 3X as well.
And describe the women's clothing he creates.
It's flowy, it's soft, but yet got a little touch of rock. You just never know what Gerald's going to bring in. So it's one of those things that you just got to see. It's just, like I said, it's got an edge to it, but a softness as well.
So Mother's Day is right around the corner, and if you need that special gift for not just your mother, but maybe the mother of your children, then this is the place to go.
It is. It really, really is. We've got a lot of things to choose from.
Now, why did you start inviting consignment vendors into your store?
Because it was a unique way to help smaller businesses such as myself to come in and pay less rent for their spot and showcase what they can do.
Does your landlord approve of this?
Yes.
And how did that conversation go? Because I know some landlords might find this to be a touchy subject.
It was very easy. I went to our space is owned by 4 gentlemen, and I went to them and said, hey, this is what I want to do. Is this going to be an issue? And they said, absolutely not, as long as all the paperwork is legit.
Right.
Yeah, it was easy. And we've had vendors come and we've had vendors go for whatever reason, and there's never been an issue.
Now, having these vendors come in, how does that help you with your bottom line especially when it comes to taking care of the rent?
Well, they're paying their portion. They pay for their space. So that's what we do. So each one has their weekly rent, and then they also 10% of their sales.
Okay.
This is Montana Sky as well. But with that, I provide insurance. Let me back up. A lot of places that do that, it's just they nickel and dime. Sometimes
How so?
they've got to, like a new vendor, artisan has to come in, they got to pay for their display, they got to pay for their insurance, they got to pay for their bags, they got to pay for the tissue. With me, I provide them with their displays. They just come in with their product. I provide them with their insurance. I advertise them as much as I advertise myself. I provide their bags, their tissue paper. So that way, it just makes it easier for everyone. And then the store stays cohesive. No matter what you purchase there, when you walk out, it's all the same at Montana Sky.
How did you discern how much a rental space would go for?
Well, I started, before I did Montana Sky, I had a partnership with Label 9 that was women's clothing, and we were asked to do that with another spot here in town.
Okay.
That did not last very long.
Okay.
So a year later, we opened up Montana Sky and just kind of doing the research and finding out what spots go for, and either the display case or the size of the area.
Okay, well, and that's what I was going to ask about. You've gone through and you've created a map of your space, and you figure out, the total square footage is X, and then they're going to take up this much, so this much of this much space is their rent, or something along those lines?
Something along the lines.
Okay, and if a vendor comes in and wants to take up more space, they pay more rent?
Absolutely.
Okay.
If we've got the room for them.
Okay.
If we have the room for them, that you have to remember too, I source in a lot of stuff. So, I want to keep my vendors unique.
Right.
And
non-competitive.
Non-competitive, absolutely. That's part of it too, non-competitive. And that's another thing too. Whatever they're selling, I don't sell. So like Tori's leather earrings, I don't bring in leather earrings. Her wood earrings, I don't bring in wood earrings.
Right.
Stuff that Christian does or Gerald does, I don't do that. It's respect.
And you will never have another children's book author come in?
No. But what? I take that back. I have.
Really?
I've showcased other locals. I have.
Okay.
I have, because their topic is not Grandpa's farm.
Okay, well, and the inside joke to visionaries who don't know, tell Visionary Nation about your children's book, because they're a hot seller.
So in 2020, because I'm a hairstylist as well, when COVID shut the salons down, I started writing Grandpa's Farm. So about 18 years ago, I had Grandpa's Farm out in Rosedale. It was a petting zoo facility, birthday party facility.
Right.
So I brought all the animals to life. So I did.
In the book?
In the books. And
stuffed animals.
We have right now we have 4 books. But 3 of them have coloring books, and 3 of them have matching stuffed animals. We still need to do the 4th coloring book and the 4th stuffed animal, and then I still need to write the 5th book.
And conveniently, if the purchaser wants to get it autographed by the author, golly gee!
I will do it. I don't assume. But if they, I'm never one to say, hey, do you want me to sign it? I think that's a little much. But if they ask me, and a lot of them do, I'm more than happy to. I've got clients, and for all their baby gifts, that's what they do. They come in. I'm just so, honored and grateful. They'll come in and they'll get the books, and they'll have me sign them. They'll get the stuffed animals, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
How does this exposure help your vendors? Because ultimately, they're the ones help covering the rent for what they're paying. Right. So how do you promote them so that you can attract even more vendors and help defray your costs even further? I'm
on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. We do our lives. Our weekly posts and stuff. And then they also self-promote as well. And then, and we cross-promote. So it's just a matter of getting the word out. We'll do like little functions at the store. 2 years in a row, we did Yuletide, where we shut down in street in front of the store. Right. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. So we invite even more vendors to come and, join in that. And now it's time for the fortune cookie game. Now, Visionaries, if you're not familiar with the way the game works, I have a sealed fortune cookie here in my hand. I have no idea what the fortune inside of it contains. Now, I'm going to give our guest this sealed fortune cookie. She has to open it up, break open the fortune cookie. We would prefer she reads the fortune with her mouth full, but she's probably not going to. No. But go ahead and open up, crack open the fortune, read the fortune, and add in my business at the end of it, and explain this very deep and thought-provoking concept you're going to bestow upon us all. There's your cookie. All right. Your courage will guide your future in your business. Don't be afraid.
Why not?
Don't be afraid, because I'd rather fail trying than not try at all. I've had a lot of little business ventures, some more successful than others. And there'll be more business adventures, in the future. And I don't want to stop learning. And don't let people tell you no. Don't tell people you can't do it or it's stupid. No, get out there and do it. Do it. So yeah, be strong.
Now, Visionaries, many of you have been watching our main show, and you see this producer Emily popping in at the beginning of the show and doing a bunch of B-roll. And you're asking, why would she be doing that? Well, she is the polar opposite of me in so many ways. And to that end, we've given her the second half of this show to grill our guest because her questions are absolutely phenomenal. So with that, we now have questions by Emily.
And Questions by Emily is sponsored by Cazador Consulting. Need elite talent to grow your team? Cazador Consulting Group in Bakersfield is your go-to partner in staffing and direct hires. They don't just fill jobs, they build lasting partnerships by listening to your needs and delivering top-tier customer service. At Cazador, mutual success isn't a goal, it's the standard. This is more than staffing, it's building your team so you can build your business. Visit CazadorConsultingGroup.com or call 877-800-4622. That's CazadorConsultingGroup.com or 877-800-4622, and let's build your future together.
This is by Emily, and if you've got questions, feel free, put them in the chat right now because I am monitoring the chat, and we would love to ask Lauralee your questions as well. So, first off, how do you choose what to put in the store? Because you can put a variety of things in the store, but how do you know what, because you bring in things, vendors bring in things, how do you decide what it's going to be that the community is going to want?
You know, I get asked that quite a bit, and as crazy it is, I just kind of pull what I like, and it works for us. The clothing options, the jewelry, it works. When I'm out and about, I advertise myself. You know, people say something, it's Montana Sky. I wear Montana Sky. As far as my vendors go, they're allowed to bring in whatever as long as the flow stays cohesive with Montana Sky.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's just, if I see it, we bring it in.
Well, how do you describe the style of Montana Sky? If somebody had never heard the name before, but somebody said, oh yeah, I love Montana Sky, what vibe would you say
It
that
is very
brings?
coastal with a little hint of, I guess, boho. But I think it's more coastal. People say, oh, is it just Montana Sky? Like they go in there expecting to see like all Western or cow heads and stuff. It's not like that at all.
I mean, there is some cool Western-looking decor.
There is, very little, and we sprinkle it throughout, but we just kind of a little of this and a little of that. There's really no one way of saying it, but if I had to pick, I'd say coastal. That's what most people say when they come. This is very Santa Barbara, or Cayucas, and that's a huge compliment.
Yeah,
it's very relaxing in there.
It is.
It's not
I can
overwhelming.
attest.
Yes.
I can definitely attest, visionaries. You have to go inside. It smells amazing too.
Oh, thank you. I know people say that all the time, and I think we bring the outside in too. We have all the manzanita in the store up high. People get the biggest kick out of that. The simplest thing. So
yeah, it is really simple decor.
It's simple.
Well, and how do you do that as a boutique owner? Because I've heard this often said that, oh, boutiques, restaurants, oh, don't spend money on decor. Do it, don't even decorate because who knows, they may or may not go out of business. And people seem to be maybe laissez-faire on their decor, but you are really tasteful and unique in your decor. How do you choose that?
Thank you. Well, I live in the store. Like I'm there, so I want to be comfortable. I want people to be comfortable when they come in. Hence, it smells really good when you walk in, right? But I kind of brought my home to the store. So when you walk in and you see all the manzanita, I have manzanita hanging above my TV off the wall. The big canopy of manzanita above the cash wrap, I got that idea from my daughter. We did that above her bed with the crystals and stuff.
Oh, that's
so cool. When you see the store, you're looking into my home. So it's just keeping it simple, eye-catching, unique, and cost-effective. Because we had all that dead space up above, and I'm like, how are we gonna do it? Because we can't put product up there. And then it clicked, the manzanita. And then when I told my husband, he was like, "You're crazy." I know. And so we went and we got
you look good, I promise.
Right? And then he knew what he married. And then we went and got 2 truckloads of the burnt down manzanita, brought it in, dumped it on a tarp in the store, 1 limb at a time with gloves. I took it outside and just raked the burn off of it. And he's like, "All right, so how are we hanging this?" I'm like, "The poles are already on their way." And then once we got them all hung, he's like, "I get it now. I get it." And I told him too, and I was right. I'm like, that's the first thing people are going to mention. Like, they're going to want to buy those, and they do. They love the simple of it.
Well, and how do you utilize that creativity then in other ways in your business? Because it really is, it's forced creativity, right? You've got to be unique.
But I got to give Tori with Fresh Take a lot of kudos because she does a lot of my displays, and she's got a fresh eye, which is really nice. And so she'll, like, I'll go to display something a certain way, and hey, it works. Or she'll say, hey, why don't we do this? And it works. And so it just keeps it fresh all the time, all the time.
Well, and how do you strike that balance between we want to keep it fresh, we want customers to be able to come in and see new things, and every week is a different version of feng shui, you know, and everything goes back and forth.
So a lot of businesses, they'll order like 50 cups or, you know, 8 small, 8 medium, 8 large with the clothing stuff. I don't do that. It makes my shopping harder, but I'm up for the challenge. And so I buy small increments of everything. So that way you can stay unique to your clothing and you can stay unique to your gift giving. So that way we've got orders coming in all the time. So
there's always something.
It's always something. So instead of, you know, 5 of those cups, when I tell people, if you like something, you better get it. It's not a sales thing here. It's like, if it's gone, because I'm not going to reorder it.
Really?
I don't.
Well, and why not reorder something if it's popular?
Because it keeps you unique. So let's say you've got canisters on your kitchen counter that you love. Last thing you want to do is go over to your friend's cousin's house and there they are. When I was a kid, everyone had the geese or the owls, right?
Or the roosters.
Oh,
that was,
hello.
I remember the
but
roosters.
Yeah, so we keep it different. We keep it unique.
Wow.
And same with the clothing. And I've got ladies that'll come in all the time and they'll be shopping for functions. And if there's a red dress there, I only buy so many of each, right? What function are you wearing it to? So when someone else comes in, I'm like, just so you know, that's already going to be worn at such and such. So no.
So you tell them?
I do. I keep track of all that. And I've got ladies that I will custom order for too and source for them. Whether it be for their home or for their, you know, their closet.
Oh, and a lot of people would think, oh, that's going to take away from sales. But how does that then add to sales for you?
It keeps them coming back because they know I'm willing to go the extra mile. And then also the way I shop as well, I say we're a boutique without the bougie prices, the boutique prices. My clothing is inexpensive. I shop it very smart so I can sell it very smart. Because there's a lot of stores that I can't afford to go in.
Yeah.
You know, it's just too expensive.
It's really pretty, and then you look at the tag and
you're
think,
like, it's really pretty on the rack. You know, so we keep our prices down. So I'm constantly having to source and look for those unique vendors where I can get what I want, you know, at the price that I need it to keep at the price point that my clients like.
So are you kind of interior designing and dressing people all the time?
Yeah, a lot. I had a couple. I've got a couple women that come down every couple months from Napa.
Really?
And they have a field day in there, and we just dress them. And my favorite thing is when people trust me in the dressing room. Well, I can't wear florals, or I can't wear that. Just try it on. You're already naked. Just try it on. And they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is my favorite." Thank you. I love that. I had a woman. She bought a house. Told me what her theme was. I started sourcing.
Really? Well, and when you have a customer like that, are you sourcing then for individual people and just saying, hey, trust me, I'll bring something in? Or do you bring in 5 or 10 of the same thing? No?
No.
And that's what really keeps you guys unique.
It does. It does keep us unique. And sometimes it bites us in the butt. You know, I'll have someone come in, I need this, I'll make an order, and then friendly reminder, it's here, I can't come get it. Or I've changed my mind. All right, it's going to sell, but all right. But I'm like, ugh.
That's kind of a bummer.
It is a bummer, but it happens. But you know, it's gonna sell. So, and I don't ask for money for jewelry orders either, like special pieces up front. No, because if it doesn't, they don't come back to get it. I know it's gonna sell.
I see. Well, then jewelry. You said that kind of besides books, jewelry is another thing that really makes you guys unique.
It is. We have the Uno de 50 from Spain. That's all dipped 3 times in silver, dipped 3 times in gold. Comes from Spain. We've got the Mariana, which comes from Israel. Even with the war going on, we're still getting our shipments from them.
Wow.
The Silverado, which is pearl and topaz, that comes from San Francisco.
And is that what you're wearing right now?
I'm wearing a lot of Uno de 50. A lot of Uno de 50. And a lot, I think I had one of these. I especially ordered this one for me.
Beautiful. I love that.
A gal That's the same with the jewelry. She bought it, didn't reorder it. A lot of my stuff, once it's gone, unless I reorder it for myself. But
Oh yeah, you want to show the camera?
sorry.
Oh no, feel free. You're all up down.
So we got that.
It's so pretty.
So once a customer leaves with it, I don't reorder it.
Which just
And then
keeps
people
them
say,
coming
"Oh,
back.
I want it." I'm like, "It's already in it's already in Bakersfield. It's already in Kern County. You can't. You can source it somewhere else."
So then, does
But-
that help you make more sales in that then that customer, they already want to buy something from you and they can't have that, but then are you able to say, oh, but I can get you this?
I can get you something.
So now they're getting their own special treatment.
Absolutely, absolutely. So and so already bought that necklace that you're looking at, but I can get you something similar, not exact but similar. And then they're like, all right, I'm in.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
Well, and then how much of the sales do you think are from repeat customers? Do you guys track percentages
I
like
don't.
that?
I'll be honest with you, I don't.
But do you see a lot of the same faces?
I do. I've got one family. They're really good to me. The whole family shops in there. One of the brothers, he comes in with his Christmas list.
Oh, really?
And
That's
we've got everything. We've got a good size cash wrap, and we've got all the piles, and I've got Post-it notes of who it is. And then when it's all said and done, the price tag's off.
So he just knows where to come for Christmas.
Yeah, I mark the bottom of the bag, their name. Yeah, we put it in there, and then his
That
tree is just full of Montana
smart.
Sky.
I need to
And it
get
makes
my
it
brother
easy
on
for
that.
him. It's easy. It's easy for
Yeah.
him. And they know I appreciate it. And I tell every client, whether it's, they've been 1,000 times or that first time, I appreciate you taking time out to come in here. Because they can spend their money anywhere.
Yeah.
How lucky am I that they chose to spend at Montana Sky?
Well, that positive attitude then makes your store an even more inviting place to be.
Yeah.
Because it's positive.
Exactly. Right down to the music we play. It's just
it's very peaceful in
It is. It's feel good. Oh, let me take that from you. It's always funner to shop with two hands, and I always tell them, and it works out better in my,
Yeah.
for me anyway when you got two hands. And I tell people too, touch the stuff, try it on. We're very handsy, and we've got stuff for men too. We've got a small selection of men's clothes. We've got pocket knives. We've got men's jewelry. We've got bar glass. We've got cocktail kits. We've got we've got hats, we've got mugs. I've got a wooden 3D Sasquatch, which I'm kind of surprised I still have that little guy. He'll go for Father's Day, if not before. But I try to keep the men in mind as well. So, because we don't have a lot of places here that you can go shop.
He's giving me the signal. We have only a couple more questions. Which, by the way, Visionaries, if you do have anything to say, now's the time to put it in the chat. Because we only have so much time. But I wanted to know more about, so customer service. What is something, and I'll give you a bit of an example.
Right.
I was in Nashville a few weeks ago.
Right.
And I walked into a small boutique store. I mean, things were out of my hands. They were, by the time I got to the dressing room, they had said, oh, we pulled a few other pieces
Yes.
and made outfits for you. I bought these pants, which
Right.
I don't know if people can
Adorable.
see now. I went right next door right after that, after I had spent money on the pants,
Right.
into Anthropologie.
Right.
And normally, it's a lovely store. I love shopping there.
Right.
But the interesting thing was customer service was different. Not because, people didn't care. I'm sure if I would have
Right.
asked a sales associate, they would have helped me.
That's not the point.
But that's not the point. And so what are a few things you would encourage other business owners for customer service that really go a long way? Because I didn't end up buying anything
No, you didn't.
at the second store.
No.
Because nobody was helpful.
Exactly. Yeah, you know what? You got to greet them. You got to greet your client, whether you know them or you don't. You got to greet them when they come in. Okay. It doesn't matter how they're dressed, how fancy or not. It doesn't matter. Everyone counts. You got to greet them, ask questions. Hey, are you looking for something special today? Sometimes it's a yes, sometimes it's a no. And I'll tell them, I'll let you get lost in your thoughts. If you need me, I'll be right over here. If there's something at pie you need, I'll get it down. Try the jewelry on. We're very handsy. I always tell them that. Just like you said, they start pulling clothes or an item, I'm gonna start pulling clothes. I'm gonna start pulling clothes really fast. Well, since you looked at that, how about this? You're already naked in there. Let's try it on. Have you looked at the hat? I'll pull a hat. Doesn't mean you gotta purchase it, but you gotta look at the hat with that. Look at the bag. You just make them feel like they matter, like they're important. They are important. They chose to
Yeah.
walk into Montana Sky. And again, whether they buy something or they don't buy, I just want them to have fun. And I asked them, just like I did back in the day of Grandpa's Farm, are you having fun? And yes, they're having fun.
It's an experience.
That's exactly it. I'm selling a lifestyle, I'm selling an experience.
Well, that's kind of the same thing with your books, because they're combos. You're selling a coloring book and a book and the
Stuffed animal.
stuffed animal.
Right.
How does that add to a child's experience and even to the customer's experience?
It's just one more thing. I say it's just one more tool in my pocket. You know, it's unique. Again, it's local. I did write them, but they might have either went into Montana Sky not looking to buy something for a child, but you know, like we talked earlier, it's like, hey, Grandpa's Farm, and they're like, Grandpa's Farm. I'm like, I'm Grandpa, and they're like, wait, I was there. Did you have fun?
Yes.
You know, and then suddenly it went from they weren't shopping for a child or for a coloring book or a stuffed animal to I gotta have it. I'm like, yeah,
Getting
you
them
do.
to say yes along the way.
Yes, it's just fun. It really is. So yeah, Grandpa's Farm. Like I said, I never expected to write a book, but it works well. It works well in the store for me, and yeah, it's just one more little tool in my pocket.
And is there anything else you want to say to Visioneer Nation before we wrap up?
No, just that we appreciate you when you come into Montana Sky. Whether you buy or you don't buy, it's just the fact that you took time out of your day to come see me. And yeah, we look forward to seeing your smiles. That's really it.
Address?
Okay, so we are 1101 18th Street on the corner of 18th and N. My door sits on N Street. Usually we've got the balloons or little street sign out. Come on in. We're closed Sundays and Mondays. Tuesdays through Friday, we're there from 11 to 5. Saturdays, we're there from 10 to 5. And I'm there during the week, usually 2 till 5, and then Saturdays, I'm there all day long.
Okay, and phone number, Instagram?
We're on
Anything else?
Instagram, Montana Sky 661. Same with Facebook. Phone number, I don't know it. And I'll
It's on Google.
Yeah, it's on Google. Exactly, it's on Google.
It's on Google.
And a lot of people, I just give them my personal cell, which is another thing too. That they don't.
They can
expect.
call
I'm like,
you up and
"Call
say, I
me."
need a gift.
Exactly. And if you ever see something on my lives or on my pages and you want it, get a hold of me. I'll pull it for you. It's not a problem. We'll put it in the back for you.
Oh, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And Visionaires, this has been a lovely time. If you want to watch more, you've got to check out the main show. This week, we had Colleen from Fairy Godmother. We talked about how to juggle a full-time job and a full-time business without losing your mind, because that's definitely important, transitioning legacy clients into new ventures, and practical wedding budget tips, reception planning advice, and so much more. Oh, diamonds, don't forget those. So go over to the tab on our YouTube that says show, and that's where the main show is going to be. Check that out. And with that, we will see you next Monday.